want to talk about kind of a serious topic today on the follow through. I'm Pastor Fred, and we were looking at family, man. We're looking at how it matters. We're looking at, for husbands, like how your role matters, and that we need to take our plays from God. Okay, we're not the quarterbacks writing our own plays, running our own offense, and doing our own thing, and all of that. We have Lord who dictates what we do. He instructs. He's changing us. He's transforming us. That is so important that we begin with that, to know that we're forgiven. This is from a posture of being forgiven already set free because of Jesus, already having this new life and this hope within us. Man, I pray that you have that. I pray that God gives that to you. Again, it makes all the difference, especially when it comes to how I treat my wife and how I see my marriage and all of that. Because we're living in a world that seems to think it's okay for people to step out from their marriage, right? To be unfaithful or to do any of those things, to look as long as you don't touch, and all those other things that are, I think, are frankly evil. And they, without exception, they destroy relationships, right? Starts with a look, starts with an action, starts with a feeling, and all of that. Got to shut it down, man. Got to shut it down. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4 says, "Let marriage be held in honor among all." Like it's supposed to be the most amazing thing, and let the marriage bed, right? Talking about sexual issues and how, that is supposed to be a sacred place and a place that's undefiled. Why? Because God's going to judge people who are sexually immoral and adulterous. It is meant for husbands and wives, right? It's so amazing within those confines, right? And I think it's good that it's a confine. It's good that it's limited, because that's what it's supposed to be. The one honors the other, right? Husbands and wives together, right? That physical union, that's an expression of the spiritual and the emotional and that commitment, those vows, right? The two become one, and they become one flesh. That's the point. That's why it's important that that's pure. It's why it's important that no one else messes with that the husband, man, he only has eyes for his wife. The wife only eyes for her husband. This nonsense of, man, I can look around and look at how hot he is or she is, that needs to be called out as to what it is. And for us to call it out in ourselves starts with me going, I'm going to look away. I'm going to look away. I'm going to look to God. I'm going to look to His Word. I'm going to look to my wife. I'm going to look to my, right, to what matters. And I'm going to honor that. And again, it's going to be tough. Let's be straight about this. The world doesn't honor marriage. Doesn't think it's like, why would you do that? Why would you get married? Why would you settle down? Why would you limit yourself? I don't see that at all. I see it as like the ultimate amazing thing, right? And here's why we don't like that, is because I want people to give to me. I don't want to give of myself. And that's what marriage is. Marriage is me saying, I'm going to give my time, my money, my everything to you. We're together. We're in this. We got kids, and we add to that. And it's for them. But we want it to be for us. See, and God comes in and shuts that down. God comes in and says, no, that's not what this is about. In fact, that's a road to and a path to frustration and anger and resentment and brokenness and destroyed marriages, destroyed lives. People who thought they could trust and maybe put trust in that marriage and in that other person, man, and they were betrayed. See, that's what happens. If only we would think, okay, when I'm faithful, when I'm loving, and when I'm the man that God wants me to be and that my wife needs me to be, man, that breathes life into that relationship. That adds strength to that, because that's what God is doing. But when I do those opposite things, it's chipping away at it. It's throwing bombs into it. It's destroying it. It's doing a number on it every time. I want us to reject that, and I want us to look at this and honor marriage. Encourage the marriages that you see around you, the people that are married. Encourage them to speak well of each other, to support each other, to cheerlead for each other, to love each other and honor each other. when it comes to the physical dimension of that marriage, that it would be a, a private, just committed, amazing thing that is an amazing expression of what God is doing in their lives and in their hearts. All right, I hope that helps. Let me know what you think in the comments that are down below. If you've been benefited by this, please hit that hit the subscribe button, but also hit that share button. Send this out to somebody, text it to them, email it to them, let them know about the channel, whatever you need to do, so that I just want this to help as many people as possible, right? I'm Pastor Fred, this is The Follow Through, and we'll talk to you next time for another one.